And welcome to episode 826 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, another What the Fuck Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will to talk to you today about a lot of news. But first, Pat's got his hands up. He's facing us. And Pat, you have some health challenges continuing today.
I got hand herpes.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get it closer to the camera.
Yeah, can you push them in?
Or put the picture up.
People
put the
can
picture
see?
up you showed us earlier.
You have a picture.
The picture's better. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
God.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Jesus,
dots.
you're absolutely right.
Holy
that is gross.
moly, that's disgusting.
What the
So
fuck?
Pat's covered in like polka dots,
Mosquito
basically.
bites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken pox, kind of. Chicken pox
Jesus.
for adults.
But
I
that's
feel
not
bad now.
It's
They're
not just
everywhere.
it's not just on your hands, right?
It's on my head.
Yeah.
It's in my lines.
Remember the
Oh, God.
remember the story about the herpes zoster? Maybe your
Mhm.
vaccine gave it to you.
It's hand, foot, and mouth, man. It's Coxsackie.
Coxsackie.
And they call it hand, foot, and mouth because you get it by putting your hand in your mouth or your foot in
It's
your
different than
mouth.
hoof and mouth,
Yeah. Okay.
which is different,
Babies put
apparently.
their feet in their mouth. Yeah.
Here's what happens. You send your kid to daycare. He's got no fucking immune system.
No, he
Some
doesn't.
dirty ass parent in some dirty, no good house that you thought you priced yourself out of having to deal with by paying a
Right.
premium at daycare.
You can't price yourself out of any sickness.
I
that you
know.
get.
Tell
They
me
have
about
government
it.
programs for that kind of stuff.
I know. Sends it's the fucking low income situation, right? It's the vouchers, busting them in. Anyway, some dirt kid comes in with hand, foot, and mouth. Gives it to your son. He comes home with it, spreads it to the whole goddamn family. There's no immunity to this thing. So Kate had it. The boy had it first, gave it to Kate, then she gave it to me, and we kept our distance. So now I can give it back to the boy and
You
her.
can't touch the boy then.
I'm not touching the boy.
No, you can't.
Have you jerked off by accident?
No.
You're like,
And I've
"Oh,
been thinking
forgot."
about it because
Yeah,
we
I
traveled,
forgot. Yeah.
so I didn't do it then.
Oh man, you're lucky.
I feel bad, Pat. Like,
It's
the
nuts.
sicker you get, the better I feel. Like I'm actually home in Reno, so I tested negative for COVID immediately after we recorded last night. Flew back. I'm back in my Reno studio, ready to go.
Dude,
That jerk off's going to be like taking your ski
tough,
boots off.
Pat, I'm
Though.
sorry.
Once you
Oh,
finally
man.
get around to it.
so
But are
much
you gonna
pressure.
be nervous? You gonna be nervous even though your hands might not be showing that it's still in your hands? Like,
Dude,
are you gonna
I'm just
jerk off
nervous.
with like a glove.
My nose is like an
Still
alcohol.
carrying.
You know your uncle, your like drunk uncle who's got the
Yeah,
nose, right?
course.
That's all fucked up. That's my nose is that right now.
Uncle knows.
It's
Yeah,
all fucked up. It's like I'm a drunk.
like kind of like Artie Lang, but not because of the drugs. Like it's the blood vessels in the side.
All popped. Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what's
it
you know what you need to do if you have any family or friends who's really worried about COVID, introduce them to Hard Factor this week
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Pat has proven that COVID is not the worst
It's
thing
on my
going
feet
around.
too. It's
right
on my
now.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what you got is way worse. The Coxsackie
Right.
hand, foot, and mouth
But
skin
you-
herpes.
To be fair,
outbreak
Will,
is-
you were vaccinated to COVID. Pat wasn't vaccinated because there probably is none for hand, foot, and mouth.
This is still worse. This is
yeah,
this is
bad.
This is
This is
bad.
bad. Yeah.
My entire scalp is a scab, dude. Kate was like, "You better quit itching your head," and I was like, "Shut up! I know what's
Yeah,
best for
I
my head."
can't.
Yeah.
What's
Thank
the
God I have hair.
What's the cactus there, Pat?
Oh, you're gonna hear about this guy. This is
Oh, later on.
the hottest gift of the year.
Oh,
Okay,
nice. Wow.
Okay.
Surprising, but good.
You're gonna get past this rash soon.
It's bad, bro. Comes with a sore throat. My organs hurt.
I thought yesterday was your flu game. Today, I mean, it's really this is your
It's not getting any better.
Bet Kate loves you right
your
now.
outbreak game.
She hates me right now. She hates me so much.
But couldn't you
Walking around
couldn't you
moping.
milk this and just like draw? You need to get like a red pen and like
You
draw
can't milk
dots in your
shit, bro.
hands.
I'll tell you what. Once
no
you have a
milking.
kid, Mark, you're
Well,
not
'cause you-
milking your sickness. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
but he
It
can't.
doesn't
But
work.
he can't touch the kids. Like
Get
he
your
has-
ass back
he
in the
can't
game as soon
touch-
as possible.
Exactly.
You can't
You're-
touch the kid,
You
though.
know what you are when you're sick as a
You're a
parent.
piece of shit.
You're a
Piece of
fucking
shit.
liability
Yeah.
piece of shit. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
you
you are.
But
You're-
Pat,
you're-
can't you remind her that she gave it to you?
What she reminds me is I didn't give her enough sympathy or do enough for her when she had it.
Oh,
Have you said you picked the daycare?
yeah.
Oh my
How's
God,
that?
it's getting really bad. Look at my fucking, it's so bad.
Is
I've
it
been
bleeding?
rubbing that in their face. You picked the
Pat's just
daycare.
breaking out harder. As
Dude,
we
I'm
speak.
breaking out harder
Talk
than I
about it.
ever. Dude, I
Can
fucking,
you see new dots appearing on your hand?
Oh,
right
I
now?
literally
it's
just
growing that
did.
Fast.
dude,
One grew in front of you.
I went to fucking take, the top off a Gatorade today and it was on there good.
It melted off.
It hurts so bad that it left a fucking it's like I'm a child. It's like I have baby skin. It tore a fucking like hole in my hand trying to rip a gator.
I've
Dude,
never
you need
seen
to
anything
put-
like
You
that.
need to put gloves on, my friend. You need to put on gloves.
Good
Ew.
God Almighty!
Yeah, I've got
That
psoriasis.
is disturbing.
So
Dude,
I'm
get
familiar with
back in
little
the
red
chair.
dots.
You're
But that is
gross. Fuck is
intense.
that?
That's a lot of red dots.
That's a lot of red dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On his,
Oh
on
my
his
God.
index finger, there's like 50 red dots. All right.
Jesus,
You got to get out of the camera.
You gotta
Now.
stop
I mean, it was
touching
cool to
yourself.
start, but now
Oh
you're
man,
just spreading it everywhere.
This is
Showering a
disgusting.
lot.
Anyone eating?
You're going to infect your camera.
Oh,
too.
his nose is
Yeah.
all fucked up.
Wow.
Jesus.
All right. Well, what are we talking about today, fellas? There's
Let's
lots
just
of
get into the news.
lots of big news. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just get into the news.
Go on,
All right.
dude.
It's time to do it. Let's do the news.
My God.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right. Holidays, history, and trending news. But first, it's a fun fact. I would have had one lined up about like skin herpes, but I didn't know this was going to happen. So instead, since it's December 1st, the fun facts today are all about the month of December.
All right.
The name December comes from the Latin term for 10 because it was the 10th month in the Roman calendar, but it's the 12th month now. We just still call it December. So that doesn't make any sense. It's the 10th month, but it's the 12th month. The first artificial Christmas tree was made in Germany and made out of goose feathers that were dyed green.
Oh,
That was in
That's
December.
pretty cool.
Ancient legend states that forest animals can speak in human languages on Christmas Eve. In case you've ever run into that or anybody.
That's like
I've
the
heard
South
that,
Park
yeah.
Christmas animals. That's what they're referring to. Yeah. Remember the
Really?
South Park episode? Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe Santa's reindeer can speak. on
That's right.
Christmas Eve.
No.
and
Yeah.
Critter
Can they?
Christmas.
Yeah.
And Critter.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Rudolph? They all talk.
Yeah, but that's fiction.
This is fiction too, Mark.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's folk legend, Wes.
Folk
It's folk legend.
We're talking
okay?
about animals talking here.
Oh, okay.
folk legend, Wes. And
Fiction,
then
right.
and the last December fact: Christmas was illegal in England from 1647 to 1660 when the Puritans were in charge. So
That's a
lame.
tough gig coming in and stopping Christmas for a decade.
You weren't allowed to celebrate Christmas for 13 years in England.
That was like their prohibition.
what the fuck is that about? Like,
Yeah, that's bad.
Mm.
give me a break, England. I mean, you could celebrate.
We've
the
got
birth
this
of
new
Jesus, and
religion
that's
for
it.
you.
No,
Yeah,
the birth of Jesus is cool. Everything else about Christmas was not. No gifts, no trees,
right.
no Yuletide fires.
all
Like
the cool stuff. You just have to go
Yeah.
to church for Jesus' birthday. The worst part.
the Puritans sucked, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing that like America turned out okay because they were some of the first people here. And
Jury's still out.
they had some problems. Okay, December 1st holidays. Antarctica Day.
Wait, Will, hang on. Look at Pat.
Why you gotta still?
I just
He's so
thought I'd
uncomfortable.
He's so uncomfortable looking.
Wes is just capturing still images of Pat while we record.
Pat, have you gotten on your asshole when you're wiping by accident? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's on his asshole.
Oh no, yeah, he's
Yeah,
scooting around in that
so
seat.
sad.
Looks uncomfortable. Holidays, December 1st holidays, Antarctica Day. I'm not sure why, but it's Antarctica Day, December 1st. National Christmas Lights Day. Obviously, okay to put your Christmas lights out now.
There you go.
National Package Protection Day. That's about shipping, not about testicles, because it's after Cyber Monday. So,
Oh, I thought it was more about like protecting them from getting thieved at your house.
correct. Package
Yeah.
protection.
Yeah.
Shipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the packages safe. National Pie Day, because I guess they want you to eat all your leftover pie from Thanksgiving. Rosa Parks Day. We'll get to more about that in this day in history. And of course, World AIDS Day, December 1st, as you know.
Big time.
As you know.
Raise awareness about. I think we talked about it recently. 30 million plus people still living with AIDS.
Oof.
It's out there. Today in history, December 1st. In 1913, the Ford Motor Company instituted the world's first moving assembly line for the Model T. Pretty good,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
Changed
Man,
the game, really. Yeah.
changed a lot. Yeah. 1934, Leningrad Mayor Sergei Kirov is assassinated, and Joseph Stalin uses it as an excuse to begin his Great Purge. Sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of deaths there.
Tough
from
title.
1934 to 38.
Tough
Great
title for an
purge.
activity. Yeah.
Yeah.
The great. And he had an adjective before it.
Great Purge.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's tough. Pat's gone dark.
Literally the name of a horror movie. Yeah, Pat's
He's
taking
like
the
a
lights off
witness.
himself. Good call.
Yeah.
You look good, bud. In 1955, here we go. Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to move to the back of the bus and give her seat to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama on December 1st. Way to go, Rosa.
There you go.
And then the last one here, 1988, Benazir Bhutto was named the first female prime minister of a Muslim country, Pakistan.
That's unbelievable, actually.
Yeah. Big accomplishment.
First and last, right? You know.
Hopefully first of
Yeah.
several. Well, first of a few. First
Wasn't Iraq, right? You know.
first of hopefully at least one more after that. All right. Well, we haven't had a female president in the United States.
It's a
Actually.
tough
That's
game.
That's not true.
Oh yeah.
We had
Kamala was
acting.
1 day. That's right.
We had acting for 1 hour. For 1 hour. So
Well, women just got the right to vote like 40 years ago here, so we're not much better. You're right.
Pakistan's beating us to it with the woman PM. Okay. Honorable mentions, trending news. Sad one. Today's mention. A school shooting in Michigan on Tuesday left 3 young students dead and injured 7 other students plus a teacher at Oxford High School. The 15-year-old shooter is in custody after committing his cowardly killing spree with a handgun around 12:50 p.m. local time. The mother of one of the seniors at the school said her son had stayed home that day over concerns about threats of a shooting that was supposed to go down.
Wow.
So obviously
Whoa.
parents are very concerned about security at the school. Apparently the shooter and their parents are lawyering up. Just an absolute worst case scenario, and our hearts go out to the unnamed victims, their family, and their friends as well. Unimaginably terrible as all school shootings are, and this one very deadly. So
Yeah, they say that cocksucker's not cooperating now. He went down without a fight, but he's not cooperating with police.
but
now.
is going to dig in
Yeah.
for the legal defense.
I have a gun and I'm gonna hurt everyone that doesn't like me.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if he cooperates or what his reason. Who gives a fuck? Fuck that kid.
This is
Yeah,
my
no.
dad's gun and I'm a big
He's
boom
just
boom
making it
man.
I
worse.
don't care if he never says another word again, the piece of shit.
It is
Oh.
terrible.
It's going to drag everyone through a trial now.
I'll show you.
Really terrible. Really terrible. Yeah. I mean, nothing you can say besides school shootings except, we're thoughts and prayers to the victims and the ones close to them. And it's fucking horrible. It's definitely a problem, epidemic. All right, moving on to trends that are a little bit more fun than that. Number 3, during Barbados's presidential inauguration ceremony on Tuesday, Rhianna, native to Barbados, was named a national hero by the country's prime minister, Mia Mottley, who said, "On behalf of our grateful nation, but an even prouder people, we therefore present to you the designee for National Hero of Barbados, Ambassador Robin Rhianna Fenty. May you continue to shine like a diamond and bring honor to your nation by your works, by your actions, and to do credit wherever you shall go." So
Hell yeah.
Gotta be the richest Barbadoan, right?
has to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unless there's there might be some print royalty money, but like outside of like the royal family,
There's
probably.
got to be a rum guy
Yeah.
down
They
there.
ditched.
That's true.
They ditched
Most
the
notable
queen.
are
Barbados
Barbadian.
did. They said, "Get off our money, queen."
Yes, they did.
They
recently.
did. Yes. The event was held in Rihanna's hometown of Bridgetown and was thrown to commemorate Barbados formally cutting ties with the UK and the British monarchy this week, almost 400 years after the first English ship arrived on the Caribbean island. The current Governor General, Dame Sandra Mason, was sworn in as president as well at the event.
There you go. I'm kind of jealous of Barbados. I don't know how we didn't beat them to this. I know she's from Barbados, but she lives here. Have you seen her or looked at her? She should be a national hero for us as well. Have you seen her, listened to her music?
It's true.
Look
She's
at
from
her.
Barbados, so like we're probably, we
Yeah, but we still could have cucked Barbados.
She's
we coulda
also
gone. We also have
Rihanna.
like
she's a hero to those of us that have herpes too.
Does
Oh,
she have
really?
herpes? I mean,
That's all I'll say.
who was the lucky person to give her herpes? You know?
I mean, Beyonce really would be like, I think that probably would beat her out though, right? If America was going to honor
No
one
herpes
singer.
there.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but I think I'd vote for Rihanna. over
Wow.
Beyonce. Yeah.
What about Britney? You think she's after she's off a crazy?
She had herpes before
conservatorship?
she was famous.
Oh yeah, if we're talking herpes, Brittany number one. Let's move on.
Louisiana, you're born with it.
You got to go, Brittany.
It's Brittany,
Brittany's great.
bitch.
I mean, Brittany's done more for the world than any of those ladies.
She's had a big year. I'd say if any singer in America is getting the honor this year, it's probably Brittany.
You see Adele's going to be in Vegas?
Yeah, no, she's the new. Yeah, Adele's got a new residency in Vegas. My wife texted me and said, "So we have to go."
Wouldn't you like? So the residency in Vegas is the sickest thing on the planet because touring sucks ultimately. Right. But it's just like a tour that comes to you every night.
Yeah, but they have to do like 6 shows a week. A lot of
so do Broadway actors.
I mean,
these guys. Vegas.
Why don't you ask Wayne Newton?
$1 million a night.
Why don't you ask Wayne Newton, who's been smiling with that Botox face for 60 years? How sweet it is.
Left,
He likes it.
Sickest gig ever.
Yeah,
he likes it. He likes it pretty
Except
good.
for Vegas sucking, but other than that,
Vegas is fantastic.
Oh, dude, Vegas is the shit.
best.
What do you mean? What sucks about Vegas?
oh, the weather.
It just gets hot. Give me a break.
They got pools.
Yeah, the lack of culture.
Huh?
There's all sorts of culture
There's
there.
Vegas is a great city, especially the old Vegas, Fremont Street area. Nice,
I love
nice
Fremont.
and funky.
You'd fit right in right now with all your bumps and bruises.
Yeah,
That's right. They're not looking down on people with cold sore outbreaks. That's for sure.
It's not a cold sore outbreak.
there.
Yeah, sorry, Pat. It's a full body cold sore outbreak. My
different.
bad. It's totally different. All right. Number 2, both Fredo and Toobin were trending on Twitter. You love to see that right next to each other. Fredo and Toobin. Fredo trended because Chris Cuomo, some people call him Fredo, like me, got suspended from CNN for his obvious aid to his brother while working at one of the nation's largest newsrooms. And then also, the AG of New York put out the report. Pat reported on that. He's running interference for his brother. Whoops. CNN suspends him indefinitely. So that's why Fredo was trending. And then Toobin trended because Jeffrey Toobin was the last guy to get suspended from CNN for jacking off, only to get let back later. So Fredo,
They can
Toobin.
let him back. They can let anyone back.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
very different situation.
Toobin had the perfect, I'm old, I don't understand technology. I thought we were on a break. I didn't see anyone.
I think they're both.
Toobin committed sexual
He
assault,
did.
basically.
Well,
He did.
digital. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's laws yet on Zoom
You gotta
Zoom
be
assaults.
pretty ugly to call it sexual assault.
Yeah.
For someone to.
Well,
call
he
that.
is pretty ugly, and I think it was sexual assault.
Okay.
So
It depends on the intent.
would you want to watch that?
No, that's sexual
No.
assault. Brad Pitt, on the other hand, he gets caught
Oh yeah.
jerking it. Maybe Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Nobody's complaining if it's
It's a
Ronaldo.
The
blessing.
internet
It's a
crashes
sellout,
when Ronaldo jerks off. Yeah, not enough bandwidth in the world.
I think they're both going to get let back. I mean, Toobin's already back. I think Cuomo will be back too.
I
would've
think so too.
fired
But
him.
this is the right move. They need to discipline.
Yeah,
him.
pretend like they're going to
Yeah.
do something about it and then don't do anything in the end. Yeah, that's what CNN's going to do. I think. Also, Fredo Toobin to me is the new Turd Ferguson. That's a great name. Fredo Toobin is just like you. Anytime you need to break out a great name, Fredo Toobin is
Yeah,
a
that is pretty good.
fantastic name.
He's gonna be a real Fredo Toobin over here.
Having a real Fredo Toobin week. Pat's having a real Fredo Toobin week.
I'm
over
real
there.
itchy over here, man.
I think Pat's the first guy who's ever come down with Fredo Toobin syndrome.
Do you need
over
do
there.
you need calamine lotion or anything like that, or
No, nothing does anything.
You got to take an oatmeal bath. I highly
Don't tell me
recommend.
what to do.
Taking a nice Aveeno oatmeal bath. It's disgusting, but it works.
please, listeners, if you have some ointment or experience with this, get at Pat.
Get at Pat. Also,
I'd love to
check
talk
out
to a dermatologist about this.
It's so bad, dude.
if you're ever going to check out youtube.com/Hard Factor News to watch the podcast, at least in portions, to see Pat's skin. Today's the day. All right, moving on. Number 1.
The cream of the crop!
You guys may have seen this, but the trial of Jeffrey Epstein's surviving madam, Ghislaine Maxwell, continued in New York on Tuesday. And let's just take it straight to the internet, to Twitter, to see what the Jane Does and Epstein's former pilot of the Lolita Express, Larry Visosky, had to say. So
Larry Viscosity.
that would be a better name. Visosky. He's got a weird name. All right. First up from Reuters. The first accuser in Ghislaine Maxwell's sex abuse trial says the British socialite and Jeffrey Epstein first approached her when she was 14 years old, eating ice cream with friends at a Michigan summer camp.
Good
Jesus.
God.
Okay.
At camp eating ice cream?
Started off with a bang from the Jane Does.
Look how horny she is. Just sitting there being a child at camp eating ice
She
cream.
knows what she's doing.
Look at her roller skating around.
So,
Now she's ready.
Yikes.
so that's some monstrous shit. That was the first thing. First in the morning. All right, off to a hot start. Next thing. Here's what Vysotsky had to say about people he saw on the Lolita Express when he was the pilot. He saw Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, George Mitchell, John Glenn, and Kevin Spacey.
John Glenn from
Glenn.
space?
Yeah.
He's been to space, but
Yeah,
that's not as impressive as a 14-year-old to John Glenn.
No, he had to go to Epstein Island too. So that's
That's
quite
not
a
funny,
murderer's row right there.
So the big question is this, right? Here's the big question,
Kevin Spacey.
right?
Of course,
So
Spacey was there.
how
Yeah, when he was
how
going,
widely?
did they have 14-year-old boys there
Spacey
too?
had
Oh,
a
I'm
reserved seat on that plane.
Yeah, Spacey was the co-pilot.
Said
But he-
Spacey on it.
He was going after the jets.
How widely known was
Stitched
it
into
that,
his seat.
that he was fucking kids? You know, because it's like if there's a guy that you know that's a murderer, right, or like a piece of shit, he might have a sick car, but you don't get in that car because you don't want to be around a murderer or a piece of shit. You know,
What are you referring to, Spacey?
I'm talking about
Epstein.
like you got a buddy with a private jet. This happens with private jets, from what I know. I've never been on one, but I hear, you know, if you got a private jet and you're going back, you're at an event in Chicago, and you guys are both going back to LA, and one guy's got a private jet, you said, "Hey man, ride on my PJ." Right now, you
Are
might
you
do
playing
that.
coy? They all went on the plane to go fuck kids. What are you
Right. This
talking about?
isn't just a private jet. This is
Yeah.
the Lolita Express.
They went on the plane to go fuck kids on an island. They knew
There's
exactly
a red
what they were
couch on
doing.
that.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
red couch and a bed on that plane.
The pilot claims he never saw underage girls, but I'm sure that
They're already
that's
on the
just-
island.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
he
sure-
did see. No, he claims he saw Virginia Guffrey, but he also claims that the pilot door was always closed, so he doesn't know what was going on back there.
Right.
He did
And
say he
he
saw Virginia
confirmed.
Guffrey.
Okay.
And he said he could not confirm or deny a certain young girl. He's like, I can't recall her as much as I can recall, like Bill Clinton, for example.
but
Definitely
he,
being on
he
it.
didn't hand him like but he handed him all those
Yeah.
faces
Right.
on the plane.
They were on the plane.
He couldn't hand him the yes, everybody was
Every
a minor.
single one of those guys got on Epstein's plane to fuck people.
Oh, they knew it. You know what you're
Yeah.
doing when you get on the Lolita Express.
Yeah.
So the trial is absolutely bananas. Let's take it back to the internet. This time from the Daily Mail. For the last one we're going to talk about today. Ghislaine's first accuser, Jane, takes the stand and says she and Epstein sexually assaulted her in his pool house using sex toys at 14.
God damn.
Ghislaine got in on it too, huh?
Yeah. Ghislaine. I think we can rule out Ghislaine being a victim at this point of the trial. Seems pretty clear.
Well, if you want to say Ghislaine is a victim, it would be like saying Jeffrey Epstein's dick is a victim because his dick had no control over what
Right,
his
from his
mind
brain.
did. Right,
Yeah.
from his brain, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, Ghislaine, not a victim. A lot of
Right.
people out there on the conspiracy threads who think the deep state is going to purposely botch this trial in the end because James Comey's daughter is the lead prosecutor, and she also, I guess, played a role in Epstein's final days in the jail cell. So
Boy.
we'll see how that unfolds.
Interesting.
Interesting choice.
A lot of people on the 4chan boards worried about that. Also, lots of people on Twitter weirdly trying to spin this as a win for Biden. Like lots of people like, you know, who wasn't on the Lolita Express? Joe Biden. And so it's like,
Damn,
You know-
it's come to that.
yeah, right. It's like maybe it should just scare Trump off of running and not be a win for every single man who hasn't been to Epstein Island.
Right. To be clear,
Like-
both Trump and Clinton on that plane several times.
Right. How is it a win for every
It's
guy
not.
who's
It's
not
a
on
win.
the island?
It's not a win for
Wasn't-
everyone that's not on the island.
Wasn't
On the
Trump denying that he ever was on that
He
plane
claims
before?
he hates Epstein and that he was never
Right.
on the island.
So he's lying, or
Well, the
yeah.
pilot said he
Lying.
saw him on the Lolita
Lying.
Express.
plane?
So.
Lying.
Yeah.
Lying.
Well,
Interesting.
they're all liars. So
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, he didn't want to admit that he fucked,
Well, I
young
understand.
girls.
I understand that.
You know,
That's
come
not,
out
you can't
and
really
say
do
it.
that. It's hard to come out and do
14-year-old
that,
girls are dirty.
especially if you're like the sitting president at the time. It's
You
kind
know,
of
I
like a
feel
bad
that
idea to
terms.
do that, Wes.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to
Wes.
do that. It also seems like the Republicans should be able to find one guy like Biden who hasn't been on the Epstein Island either in
You'd hope so.
2024.
His name's Mike Pence. Good luck with that shit.
That's true. There's no way Pence was on that plane.
We'll see. Pence would bring the hammer down on Biden these days. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time, which was brought to you, of course, this week by our sponsor, Black Buffalo. Boom. Smokeless nicotine. Love it. Nothing like a nice wintertime dip by the fireside. Gnarly buzz while that juicy Black Buffalo just hits you right here, like the old A1 commercial, like zing.
Hits you right here.
Hits you right here. Gets you that nice buzz, that nice chewing tobacco type feel in your mouth. If you're 21 and over and you dip or chew tobacco, pouches or long cut, you have to try this tobacco alternative, Black Buffalo. What makes it unique is Black Buffalo's everything you love about dipping, including pharmaceutical grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. It's dip literally made from edible green leaves and food grade ingredients with the same flavors, texture, aroma, pack, and nicotine as traditional tobacco products. No compromise required. It really is amazing. It's nice and juicy. Oh, I got a ring on, so it's messing up my dip fingers.
Are we at it now?
You could pack it up. You can get a nice thick pack inside the tin. Get a real juicy lip every single time. So I love it. They produce a variety of flavors like wintergreen, mint, straight peach, and even blood orange, which I got to try. They sell their products at blackbuffalo.com. It's available in both long cut and pouches, as well as nicotine-free version called Zero, if you're trying to get off the nicotine. Born in the Midwest, raised in the South, Black Buffalo proudly manufactures their products here in the United States. Black Buffalo's founders looked high and low for tobacco alternatives across the U.S. and even overseas, but nothing delivered the same satisfaction or high quality they were looking for. So they decided to make their own. And don't just take my word for it. Black Buffalo's quality is renowned. They were 2021's Best New Product winner at the CSP Awards and CS Store Decisions Hot New Product Award winner for 2021. So if you're one of the 10 million people who are 21 and up and dip tobacco, consider making the switch to Black Buffalo. It's everything you love about dipping, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. Head to blackbuffalo.com and use promo code HARDFACTOR, all one word, at checkout for 25% off your first order. Huge discounts here. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use our code HARDFACTOR for 25% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code HARDFACTOR for 25% off your first order at blackbuffalo.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
All right, here's a headline I kind of assumed might happen, but I never wanted to hear or see, I should say. Scientists say world's first living robots can now reproduce.
Yeah. That's scary.
Copy me there.
What do you mean? Is this like when you buy like a baby, right? Like a doll baby, and it's got a doll baby inside of it or something like that?
Nope.
And it shits one of the doll babies out?
I think I know what
it's like. It's like if the doll baby was Chucky, and then Chucky fucked Bride of Chucky, and they had a Chucky doll.
Ooh.
Okay, but see,
Chucky.
Mark, I'm glad you did this one because I tried to wrap my head around this yesterday and I couldn't even understand it. So I'm glad that you'll explain it to us.
You don't have much longer to worry your stupid little brain, Will, because we're all going to die soon.
Okay.
Go ahead and check off. Go ahead, write your bucket list now because go nuts. It's going to be over soon for us. Scientists say. Can we start calling these idiots something other than scientists, by the way? Like, how about morons expediting extinction of humankind, jerk off in celebratory circle while making eye contact with each other as first living robots reproduce? I think that's a better title.
Much more accurate.
Because it's much more accurate of what's going on. They're not. I don't want to call them scientists anymore with what they're doing to us. But anyways, these, quote, living robots aren't exactly...
Mark, call them fear wizards.
Fear wizards, yeah. I'm good with that. Celebratory jerk off with the fear wizards holding a staff in one hand and their staff in the other. These robots aren't exactly like Will's ideal robot butler. It's not what you're picturing. It's not like a C3TO or like a giant robot with like robot arms. They're actually some really weird, which some people describe them as organisms that scientists created from frog embryos, and they're called xenobots. And they're super tiny right now. They can basically live for a while, like a month or so, 3 to 4 weeks, in extremely shitty conditions, like inside the human body. or in like oceans or lakes or in radioactive areas. And no one really knows why the fuck they created these things to begin with, but they are saying publicly, like, we might use them to help to inject them into humans to fight off diseases or cure things.
Yeah.
We might put them in. Yeah, we might exactly. Pat could use these. We might use these in lakes to chew up plastic. These tiny little machine robots. Yes. We might use them in like Chernobyl situations to absorb all the radioactivity, so people
to assassinate people.
Yeah.
Is this Mark? Is this correct in that size? This is what I couldn't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
It's a robot made of organic tissue.
Correct. It's created by AI and computers, but it's from organic tissues of frog embryos. Let me play a few videos. Maybe you'll get a better idea. This first one will be the xenobot growing. This is how it gets bigger. It just eats other little organisms. And it's like a big little fish eating a big fish to become a big fish. Here you go. Let me know if you guys can see it. Is it playing? There it is. See, like those big things are the xenobots, and they're eating tiny little organisms, right? To get bigger. See that? Oh, I'm getting bigger, and this is under a microscope.
Like moving cashew.
Look like corn nuts. Yeah.
Yep. And then here's the second one. Yeah, they are like little cashews. And by the way, the shape that they made them in, this is how they became like sentient and could reproduce. When they were squares, didn't work. They had to make them like Pac-Man shapes, and now they're like now they're on the run. Well, here's another video. Let's see of them reproducing. So like. I'll play it twice because it's going slow, but basically, see watch what pops out. It's going to restart here. See in the middle, bop, that's their baby. So they eat all these little tissues, right? And there's two having sex, and boom, they shoot out a little kid. Now they have a kid.
Jesus.
Yeah, not great because they can do that, infinity times.
Damn. The fuck are you talking about, man?
No, this is cool. So what's going to happen? This is like how Independence Day starts. You know how they have those biomechanical suits,
Yeah.
They're wearing like the suits that are made of like, it's like a bigger person, but they're inside of it, riding it like it's a fucking like tractor. And that's what this is going to be like. You're going to be able to build like robot, like biological robots.
It's going to get bad. Well, they're going to dictate that. Well, here's the last one. Maybe Pat will get this one. This is like it shows it's indestructible. Watch, it was cut in half there, and it just automatically reforms like the T-1000 from Terminator 2. You'll see it again. You can slice it in half. It doesn't give a flying fuck because it just heals immediately and then starts eating again and reproducing. That's a xenobot, human made, and now AI.
You're gonna be able to make like a xenobot chassis for your body, and then you'd never lose a fight because like your skin would just regrow on top of itself.
Your guess is as good as mine, but it's bad. It's all bad.
Yeah, you're thinking way too positive here.
What do you mean?
Xenobots are able. You're thinking you can control the xenobots is what you're thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody's going to control them. I mean, maybe not me, but somebody's going to.
The xenobots are the ones controlling.
Nah, xenobots ain't. Look, the xenobot is just a means to an end. The xenobot will then.
Right.
You think the xenobot's going to go?
You're more naive than the Western Australia guy thinking he can get all the cats out of there.
You think the xenobot is going to just grow to be this thing that does it on its own?
Yes, they're going to.
Now we got the Matrix.
We're going to be dead. There's going to be infinity xenobots in the lakes. Once these things get in the lakes and people go jumping in the lakes, it goes in your body unannounced to you. It takes over your. This is horrible. The exact definition of a xenobot is a synthetic life form that is designed by computers to perform some desired function. We don't see some desired function. They don't even fucking know why they made these things. And built by combining together different biological tissues. As I mentioned earlier, the existing xenobots were built off the heart and skin stem cells from frog embryos. So like frogs are super crazy and reproductive, and so are
they know why they're doing
xenobots. Yeah. If you want to see a Christian
Independence Day chassis.
It's like Jurassic Park. Didn't they use frog DNA because they can reproduce asexually or whatever you call it?
They did. Michael Crichton has written like 3 books about this, basically.
And also, we introduced the cuttlefish because it was also so easy.
Exactly. If you want to see a Christian turn red, mention xenobots. They're not a fan. Not a fan of the xenobots. No, playing God.
Is it playing God though? I don't. I see because I don't understand. Is it?
Yes.
No? Because you're not cloning like a living being. You're just putting together.
Well, it's AI. It's AI based stem cell research that then now can reproduce on its own. It's not great. It's not great.
Close.
It's pretty bad.
It's on the fault line of
It's-
playing
yeah,
God. Yeah.
It is. Here's a quote from a nerd that is extremely horny for xenobots. People have thought for quite a long time that we've worked out all the ways that life can reproduce or replicate, but this is something that's never been observed before. That's from Douglas Blackiston, who's a doctor and senior scientist at Tufts University and a complete piece of shit. By the way, who thought for a long time that we'd worked out all the ways life can reproduce? Not true. I'm sure there are thousands of other ways robots and then even like different species could reproduce if you get them in a lab and in the hands of people like Dr. Blackiston. It's just most of those ways are disturbing, right? Like,
Right.
what is he talking
Douglas will
about?
figure it out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we created the man dog. You know, we never thought we could, but we created the man dog. Like, just ask the guy in Australia what happened there.
Right. Well, I mean, we're getting back to why they're called fear wizards, you know? I mean,
Right.
It's
just ridiculous.
fear wizards can't help themselves, Mark.
This is bad, right? This is bad.
They've got government
I'm okay
grants to
with
do
it.
the most disgusting things you can imagine.
Yeah, this is not good.
These Douglases.
They had no idea xenobots were going to start growing and reproducing on their own. This is news to them.
It's good with me. I think like all these like breakthroughs, we're just headed towards the right direction. I mean, I like we're not to where I want to be yet. I feel like we can still ride this technology curve out a lot further.
So these these things, like I said, first of all, I think they're gonna get bigger. I think they're gonna grow and get much bigger. These things, they're like little black holes that just like get bigger and eat everything they want and then reproduce. It's gonna be really bad for us. They survive in water, like I said. So once they just imagine them just getting in a giant, like the Great Lakes or Lake Tahoe, no more swimming in Lake Tahoe because you got xenobots.
I think it's just turns into a giant xenobot.
Yeah, well, no, I think
Eventually.
that it's just completely like covered in xenobots that you can.
No water. It's just a big xenobot.
You're going to get a xenobot swimming in your dick hole, in your asshole, in your eyeballs, in your nose, and then you're going to have like 1,000 xenobots in you. This is really bad. Anyways, let's take
So
it
it's
to
going
the
to be like
internet.
COVID except with xenobots.
Exactly like COVID. This is essentially COVID with this is robot COVID.
It's like little tiny dinosaurs you put in the bathtub.
Yeah, this is the stupidest thing in the world. This is robot COVID. Let's take it to the internet to see if anyone else is overreacting like me. Antitorialism says, can they just fucking cure cancer already? Which I thought was pretty good, but that didn't go over well with the conspiracy theory crew who said, how can they sell treatments if there's a cure? No money in that. Cure it. They are too busy causing it. They already did it. It's just not profitable.
Big
There's no
pharma.
money in it if they do. They just made robo cancer. They're actually just making new cancer. And a lot of people are saying it is like cancer. The way this robot thing acts is exactly the same way cancer works. So they did create like COVID or robot cancer. This is what this is. Let's see some other ones here from T. T says, infinitely regenerating AI. This is just what we needed right now. I agree with T. Here's Ian.
Make it
Sess.
smarter. Yeah.
Ian Chess says, have they tried not doing that? Like, we call Ian.
Ian's as mad as you are.
Yeah, he is.
Mark, yeah.
Here's a verbal meme of Peter Griffin saying, sweet, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. And he's just sitting in a chair.
I'm with that one because
yeah.
I'm glad you explained that, Mark, because I read the article 2 days ago and was considering doing it yesterday for the show, and I was like, I can't understand this. I don't even.
It's just horrible. No one really knows what a xenobot is, and neither do the scientists. But they're on their own. The xenobots they're on their own now. Here's another verbal meme of Jesus on the phone saying, "Start the rapture." He's telling someone to start the rapture, and then we got what else? A couple more here. Prehistorica says, "Sorry, weirdos. This is cool, actually."
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a big xenobot fan. And
I
then
mean, I'm
we got
with him, but the problem is his delivery was all wrong.
Yeah, he's a douche. Sean wants to know what their pronouns are.
Hilarious, Sean.
Yeah, that was a Dave Chappelle sponsored joke.
Classic.
And then lastly,
it,
we
Sean.
have Crypto Powder says, "We are all dead. Good game, everyone. Peace." And yeah, I agree with him.
Invest in Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah,
Laser eyes.
invest in Bitcoin. All right, and guys, I mean, fuck that story. To be honest, it's just disgusting. But let me ask you a question: while you're still on Earth, are you getting enough? While you're still alive?
Could always get
Alive and
more.
kicking? I bet you'd love to get more.
Ask
right?
a Xenobot. You could always get more. You know what I mean?
Xenobots are getting it. We need to act a little bit more like the Xenobots. Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 50% off just about any item, plus free shipping, which is that's just hell of a time. Thank you, Adam and Eve, for getting us laid for half off and shipping it to us for free. We don't even have to leave the house. Thank you, Adam and Eve. Thank you. So what do you have to do to get your 50% off one item and free shipping? Nothing really. You just got to go. It's not that hard. You just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. You can get, like, the second you go to the page,
So many items.
you're going to be on the page for a few minutes because it's like
Block
kid in
out a little
candy
window
shop,
for that. Yeah.
but
block
an
out
adult
a little
in a sex toy
time.
shop. Yeah.
Block out 2 windows, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a couple windows. They got everything your heart could desire. Everything you can imagine you want in the bedroom. There's tons of things you've never even heard of. There's solo stuff for you to masturbate, partner stuff for sex, rubs, oils, the whole deal. You're going to want to check it out. And
With
we've all heard about the
chains,
supply
yo-yos.
chain issues. Yeah, exactly.
My grandma on a bicycle riding by giving me the finger.
It's all there on adamandeve.com. Order it now. If you want it for like the holiday season, order it now so it'll get there on time. Just enter code HARDFACTOR at checkout and you'll get 50% off almost any item. Go check out adamandeve.com today. Select one item and get 50% off, including free shipping when you enter offer code HARDFACTOR. That's HARDFACTOR at adamandeve.com.
Wonderful.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is a Turkish lady, man. She's getting a facelift, second laser facelift, but things went real wrong because her beautician was manning a laser. I guess she got a phone call from her boyfriend, which ended up turning into an argument. Uh-oh, not good. And I guess the beautician, she got a little bit distracted and ended up fucking this lady's face up pretty bad.
Oh.
She left the laser on her face.
Yeah.
While she was arguing with her boyfriend?
Yeah, that's when Ashley Alon started to feel a burning sensation that wasn't right.
Oh, no.
It's not good. Here's a pic.
It's going to be bad. That's your hands. That is bad.
No, that's my hand.
God,
Here's an actual pic.
Oh, she looks worse than you, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Her face was destroyed.
Was that her on the left? She was, well, that was makeup, but still.
It's kind of hard to
But
tell,
she was cute.
honestly. It's kind of hard to tell.
Oh.
She said, I'm facing a bigger problem than saggy skin now. I have lots of trouble with marks on my face. Tell me about it. I feel awful. She added that she sought damages for negligence. The court, guys, ordered the salon to pay Elon the equivalent of about $260 in 10 installments, which
That's it.
may sound small, but
installments?
it's the largest settlement ever awarded to a woman in the country of Turkey.
Oh, wow. They're like, give her whatever she wants. Just get her out of our sight.
Yeah, the lawyer said, this amount is very generous. Thank you.
That's fucked up. Hey, Pat, at least you don't look like her.
You know, put her back
Women
up for a
over there in
second.
Turkey. Guys, there's been a lot of
It's
hubbub
horrible.
this year about a holiday gift that's turned out to be the hottest holiday gift, and it's a dancing cactus.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there it goes.
Hey.
It's on your desk. It's
That's
He
pretty
moved.
fantastic.
How are you?
he's like a, you know what it is? This is like a Billy Big Mouth Bass situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I got
It's
it.
mimicking you.
Oh, he mimics.
It's mimicking me.
Yeah.
I got it to mock my baby when it cries, which I think is pretty funny.
Yeah.
How did he like that?
He hates it. It's really for me more than him.
So how did you get your hands on one if it was
It was a gift. It was a gift. When I was in Austin last, a buddy of mine, Aaron Brown, came over and he said, "Hey, I got something pretty hilarious." Aaron's got 2 kids that are grown who are like my nephews, so he was doing some fatherly advice. He's like, "This will make you laugh your ass off because it'll mock your son when he's crying." I'm like, "I'm
Oh,
in."
nice.
Yeah.
I should have had that on the fucking plane earlier today.
Oh, it would have been sick, right?
Oh man, 2.5 hours of nonstop crying. We were those parents this time.
Damn.
Not good. So it also sings songs, right?
Put up
Well,
the
it
speaker.
dances.
you can't
put it
hear
to
it.
the
You put
mic.
it on your microphone.
Oh yeah, sorry. Here,
I mean, the quality is high. You can tell. Mama.
I dig
Nice.
I love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
it's dancing.
Does it light up? I mean, is it just a?
It just dances, bro.
has such a provocative dance. It looks like
It's pretty
it lights up.
sexy. Problem is, guys, some of the songs that it sings about aren't, I guess, appropriate for children. Some are saying. Here's a news clip to explain the whole thing to you.
In Brampton, grandmother says she got Quite a shock when a dancing cactus you bought sang a song with swear words and drug use.
The cactus is sold online as an educational toy and sings songs in 3 languages, but one song in Polish talks about doing cocaine, depression, and uses profanities. The grandmother who bought it said the toy should not be for sale.
So this is supposed to be a singing cactus.
Anya Tanner of Brampton wanted to buy an educational toy for her granddaughter and found this dancing cactus on Walmart's website selling for about $26. She ordered it, and when it arrived, she decided to listen to the songs, one in English, Spanish, and Polish.
It just happens that I'm Polish. When I started listening to the song and I heard the words, I was in shock. I didn't know, like, what is this? Some kind of joke?
Another rough day for the Poles.
Polish rapper Sippies and has references to cocaine, drug abuse, suicide, and depression.
It's about taking 5 grams of cocaine and being alone. Something about he doesn't care. He lost the house already. There's nothing to live for.
Hell yeah.
He's swearing words and talking about cocaine. This is not what I ordered for Jesse.
That's not what you ordered for Jesse, man.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
That was a great Polish grandma.
Shout out Siffy though, man. Siffy claims that he didn't know that the song was in the cactus, and he's thinking about taking
So he should
legal
sue him.
action so he might get the house back.
Right? Did I notice? Did I notice in Siffy's picture? It was only so brief, but is he one of those guys that smokes the cigarette and doesn't ash it?
Doesn't
It's like all ash.
Yeah, that's definitely Siffy.
long ass.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I thought it was going to be Popo or whatever that guy was that we covered a while back, but this is equally sad, like really poor production quality Polish rap. But the guy, look, any publicity is good publicity. Am I right?
Oh, this is the best
True.
day for him ever.
For him,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm about to check out Siffy on Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah.
She also did it justice too. She didn't like talk shit about the song. You notice she didn't say it's a
No.
bad song. She just said it's inappropriate.
She was like,
For-
I'm
for the
also
damn
Polish
cactus.
and happen to be a big Siffy fan.
She was a grandma with a full sleeve,
It's my jam.
full sleeve arm and hand tattoos.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's no prude.
Yeah, she snorted some 5 grams of cocaine to your face. Come on, it sounds like
She
a
knew what
great
he was
Saturday.
talking about. Yeah,
He was
she
going out that weekend, Pat. He lost the house.
Yeah. All right, guys, moving on. Bongs, right? It's gonna be a real bummer at Christmas for little boys and girls out there who are hoping to get a new bong under the Christmas tree.
Oh, what a
this
gift.
holiday.
What a gift.
Yeah, because over the weekend, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol they seized a shipment of almost 4,000 bongs at Washington Dulles International Airport.
Why?
Why? Well, the specialists confirmed that the glass bongs violated U.S. laws on the importation of drug paraphernalia law. That's because the $56,000 shipment, which came from China on October 2nd, was manifested as gravity pipes, which is sad because this whole fiasco could have been avoided if they just labeled them tobacco water pipes, right?
Yeah, big mistake.
Yeah. So
Remember you go into a bong store and you'd say like gravity and they'd be like, shh,
get out.
Tobacco.
You gotta go.
That was the
It's like,
weirdest
who's in here,
time.
buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly
Did
what
you
I'm
say
getting at.
bong, bro?
That's what I'm It's a tobacco water pipe.
It's hilarious.
What if people like went in there like and got convinced that it was a tobacco pipe and they just used it for tobacco?
That
idiots.
probably happened.
That probably has
That
happened.
definitely happens.
Yeah.
Some
And they're
people
like-
definitely stumble into a head shop and they're like, "Oh wow, look at all this." But back in the day, that used to be like probably crazy for people because you could walk out with like K2, like with spice and
Yeah.
salvia.
You can still walk out with salvia.
You can still
Yeah,
today.
salvia is still legal.
Wow.
Oh, it shouldn't be. That was the worst drug I've ever taken in my life.
K2. Spice is bad.
Holy
too.
shit. Salvia was insane.
Anyway, those were the days.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
All right, guys, got 2 more stories for you. But first, the holidays are coming up. And we all know.
And the cactus is singing, getting us.
You're leaving it on that Spanish one, huh? You don't want to. You don't want to do the Polish one. Yeah.
It's inappropriate.
Does it have the Polish one?
Yeah, it's got it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, let's find it here.
That's got to be it, right?
Oh,
Oh, that's it. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, go back one.
Wow,
I
that's a
can't
famous
cycle
one.
back. You guys-
it's got like 80 songs.
Yeah.
You
It's
have
got
to
a lot
hit
of
the
songs.
button every time.
Okay. All right.
That's a
Maybe
good gift.
tomorrow. Have it set up for tomorrow. Yeah.
I might have to get one of those.
Help me.
So now that toy can't be touched by anyone for a week.
Right. Lysol that thing.
My whole body itches.
Yeah, but how does Pat? I don't understand. You guys, that's a sticky situation. If everybody's got it, how do you keep?
Real
I mean,
sticky,
everything.
especially when they start popping.
Oh my God. Guys, the holidays are coming up, and we all know it's the most stressful time of the year. And I know the perfect gift to give everyone some much-needed stress relief, and that's Fight Camp. Fight Camp brings you the best workout in the world into your gym and makes it fun. Learn to box and kickbox from home with access to world-class programming, elite trainers, premium equipment, and smart technology that turns your workout into an interactive experience. There's thousands of classes with new workouts added each week. You'll always have something new. Use filters to explore different workout styles, lengths, trainers, difficulty levels, and more. You'll never get bored. Quick workouts, too. These workouts maximize efficiency with high-intensity interval training. You can get a killer workout in as little as 20 minutes with Fight Camp. And it's a full body workout, too. Boxing combined with plyometric workouts bring the best of both cardio and strength training into one, giving you an intense full body workout. We promise you'll be sore. And it's fun too, because it's not like you're just, you're moving around, you're punching, you're kicking. It's a lot of fun. It's also brain fitness. Boxing requires focus. Precise combinations push you to think about every punch you throw. It's the ultimate way to clear your mind and forget you're working out. And get the full package. Fight Camp comes with all the gear you need to start boxing from home, including a free standing punching bag, boxing gloves, quick hand wraps, and smart punch trackers. And it takes up less space than you think. If you have enough room to do a push-up, you have enough room for Fight Camp. And now's the best time to get your Fight Camp. Take advantage of the holiday deal going on right now. If you purchase this November, you'll get an additional pair of gloves for free. Just go to joinfightcamp.com/hard to get an additional pair of gloves for free all November. Go to joinfightcamp.com/hard. Joinfightcamp.com/hard. All right, guys. Seeing as it was Will mentioned in the beginning, as it is the first day of December and Christmas is just weeks away, I wanted to do a couple stories that have to do with some great Christmas traditions. One,
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, speaking of traditions in December, it's the end of No Shave November. We can if you, Pat, I know you shaved mid-month, but what do you guys?
I haven't really.
Wish I hadn't.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
think
guys.
Pat. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Pat should be touching his face with anything.
I've had weddings. Take a
Coming up
razor to
some
that
of those
thing.
sores. Yeah, I could go for a trim in about a week or so. Yeah.
You're gonna let it ride, Mark?
Keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go like 6 weeks. I just happened to trim right before November.
Oh, I can't wait to get back. I'll tell you, those people who made the fucking things where they were like wearing a mask with a beard is annoying. They're right. It's fucking
Yeah.
annoying wearing a mask while traveling with the beard. No. Got to go back to the stash.
Anyway, like I said, it's 1st of December. I want to do a couple stories that have to do with some great Christmas traditions. One, old people losing their shit in nursing homes around the holidays, and neighborly,
like literally shit, or like just getting upset.
yeah,
Like,
both,
like pooping.
both, but
Okay.
this one's just doing stupid stuff, senile stuff, and neighborly spats about holiday decorations. And Rad Dad, I hope you are listening because you and Mark are gonna love the second one. So first, let's head to Greenwood, South Carolina, where an old person at a nursing home nearly killed himself and his neighbors in what might be one of the most hilarious senile acts I've ever heard of. So we all know that putting metal in a microwave can cause some sparks, possibly a fire, right? But I bet you didn't know what one crazy old man at the Morningside Assisted Living Home in Greenwood knew. And I'm just going to show you a few pictures, take you around. First, let's look at the facilities.
Oh, I hope it's bullets.
Here are the
nice.
here are the grounds, nice little courtyard where they walk in circles and say stuff like, "Look, it's the same butterfly from yesterday. He came back to visit." And yeah,
Probably
And,
someone's
They
dad
do
has
say stuff like that.
yeah. Here's the rocking chairs where they on the porch where they get excited each time a car the same color as their sons or daughters drives down the road, and then really disappointed as it drives by and they mutter gibberish. And then here's the dining hall where they talk about how they don't like the nurse with the thick accent because she's hiding their socks, and how the sausages make their stools hard as coal.
Very specific conversations.
Lots of judgmental comments about the food, though, for sure.
And here's the bed where they sleep from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. every night. But what is not pictured is the small toaster ovens in the resident rooms. And that toaster oven is why we are talking about Morningside Assisted Living, because you see somehow, some way, one of the senile old residents Pat was onto it, got their hands on some live ammunition.
Hell yeah.
And decided they were going to toast some bullets for breakfast to have with their coffee. But instead of getting a nice golden brown bullets, they had bullets discharged. And
you're about to get a death sandwich.
Here's the local news story.
Responded to a fire at the Morningside Assisted Living Facility in Greenwood because of bullets put inside of a toaster oven. Officers were called to the scene around 9 o'clock last night for possible gunshots. They found a small fire inside of a resident's room. That resident was unconscious at the time and was taken to the hospital. Police say the bullets in the toaster oven discharged, making staff think that they heard gunshots. No other injuries were reported.
They did. Yeah, they heard gunshots because the bullets went off in the toaster oven.
He put the bullets in and then went to sleep?
He just put the bullets in and just forgot what he had done. Yeah.
Thought it was a crock pot.
But he didn't wake up to the fire probably happened within 15 to 20 minutes of him doing that. And they said they found him passed out already.
I'm guessing the bullets scared him to the point that he passed out.
This guy's the best.
Yeah.
He just went right back to
so senile. He's just pouring bullets onto him.
Tell me these are World War II bullets.
And then putting them in a toaster.
These are period era bullets, please.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Period era bullets, yeah.
These are from his time overseas.
He literally is like thinking to himself, like, yeah. Let me pour the bullets in here. Get this thing going.
5 minutes should do it.
His next thought was, I should take a nap.
I'll put it on dark.
I should take his microwave.
Yeah, well, luckily from what I know, that he's okay, but he'll now be strapped to a bed and highly medicated for the rest of his time.
Yeah, but they should let that guy ride. Like he's the wild card.
He is a wild card.
Every time.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot more invites to hang out.
Yeah.
Hey, bring that crazy motherfucker to put the bullets in the toaster.
We need a fourth for cards. Let's bring over Crazy Carl.
I don't know what he's gonna do. It's
you happy here, Carl?
They took my bullet box.
Yeah.
My bullets. Yeah. He's gonna blame them for stealing his bullets.
It seems like maybe you're not happy here.
Oh,
luckily I've got more. All right.
That's just not funny.
He's got him hidden all over the place.
He's got him. He's got at least 10 hiding places.
He's got his own microwave hidden too.
Yeah. Okay, next let's go to Florida. Christmas has come early, and I've got an early Florida man story for you guys, especially you, Rad Dad and Mark. So to Tampa we go. So Mark, the Maffa family of Tampa and you would get along great. They like to get into the holiday spirit early too. So back on November 6th, they said fuck it, and they hired a company to come out and decorate their home a mere 50 or so days before Christmas. I'm just going to play the local news story for you here. It's
the earliest appointment we can give you, ma'am.
Exactly. Here you go.
This year, the Maffa family wanted to go with a more sleek holiday.
I'm just gonna pause real quick. See the blue decoration right there, little candles.
That's
I believe it's called a menorah. Yeah, that's what I think might be the real problem here.
You believe it's called a menorah?
That was a joke.
Quick. While we're pausing about blue lights, for several years I've done blue lights, and neighbors have assumed that I'm Jewish because I put blue Christmas lights out.
They can fuck off. Who cares if you are?
And also, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was even a thing.
And
you live next to anti-Semites.
I wouldn't do xenobots in blue colors this year, like a xenobots design. That would really piss the Christians off. But wasn't Hanukkah like end of November? This isn't too early. November 6th.
Right.
This is fine.
Right. Hanukkah's going on right now.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going here. It's a mix. It's a mix of all the holidays they're doing.
Yeah. Looks great.
All right. Did I fuck it up?
Yeah, you fucked it up.
Let me
press
remove
play.
it.
Yeah, let's remove it and bring it back in.
No, now it's not going.
Huh. Look at that.
Did I fuck it up?
Bro, I'm so itchy, man.
Why don't you just delete it and then re-add it?
Okay, I will do that.
Why don't you delete it and then re-add it?
Wow, that's what I'm going to do. And we'll just talk through it. So, yeah, anti-Semites live in this neighborhood is what I think the real issue is.
You think it's those blue lights?
I think it was the blue lights, to be honest.
Blue lights triggered them.
Could have been December 15th when they put them up.
I was so shocked.
That guy's the best. They got a second letter. It says, all right, we've gotten a lot of feedback. Lose the menorah and we'll call it even.
Pretty much, yeah. The HOA is full of anti-Semites and it really set them off. Here's
too early. Did they bring up the fact that Hanukkah was only 2 weeks after they put their lights
Listen,
up?
I think the Moffats are actually they're just trying to do like a holiday thing for everyone. Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the palm tree had like pink lights. Like
they had a polar bear. They had everything.
Yeah. They had a few menorahs. Look, they had to get them up in time for Hanukkah. That's the thing.
To Pat's point, the wife's insane. She was like, "Now Mariah Carey's friends with the Moffats."
Yeah, she took it too far.
She's
The husband,
pride, right?
I
We're
feel
selling
bad for the
merch.
husband. I feel bad for the husband after watching all that.
that.
He's the one who's like dealing with the reality of the situation. She just thinks that they're now Mariah Carey's best friends.
She's gonna comment on every single one of Mariah Carey's social posts. It's me again, so and so Maffa. Just wanted to say, love you, girl.
Yeah, love you, girl. Yeah,
she needs my support right now. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the full tweet from Mariah Carey. It actually says, "My personal preference is to wait until Thanksgiving."
Right, she called him idiots.
After Thanksgiving, but there's no regulating festiveness. So there you have it. The HOA of Anti-Semites is on Rad Dads.
The first sentence was you're an idiot, but they shouldn't punish you for being an idiot.
Yeah. So Anti-Semites on Rad Dad's side. Mariah Carey is technically on Mark's side. It's a stalemate. Anti-Semites versus Mariah Carey. A tale as old as Christmas.
Mariah Carey really rode the middle there. That was a
She's
very
in the middle.
diplomatic tweet because she was kind of like, she kind of supported the people who don't want decorations before Thanksgiving while also saying, don't be a dick. That
Mariah
was a
Carey
very,
said, "My personal preference is, around Thanksgiving, and I'm crazy. So
Yeah.
earlier than that's really crazy.
She is nuts.
She's nuts."
So there you have it. I figured you guys would enjoy that.
I like that.
To create the.
Hey, it's a moot point now. Everyone can be on the same team.
thank you, Wes.
That's
I'm
right.
so glad that you finished it that way. First day of December. That was awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
I mean, we got Pat's herpes
Hanukkah
hands.
rumbles on 4th day of Hanukkah, I believe.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Happy
Hope it's
Hanukkah.
hope it's going well.
Patty doing okay over there? I see you itching your head, so maybe
Oh.
maybe don't do that.
It's like a troll.
You got to get gloves.
Got
man.
the lights up. He's itching his
You
head.
got to get latex gloves, homie.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Thank you so much. As you can see behind me, we got the "'Tis the Season" for sale. Hey, if you want this stuff to show up to your house by the holidays, order it soon. It's about a 2-week turnaround time on the shop, I believe. So tis the season.
2 to 2.5. This is the week to do it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
this is the week. Yeah. Get it while it's hot. There's also some ornaments on there. There's some pajamas. We got all kinds of shit. Check it out. It's in the store. store.hardfactor.com. Check it out. Support the boys and get some great Christmas gear that your friends and family are sure to love. But that's it. We will see you tomorrow. We love you. Happy Hanukkah and have a great fucking day.